Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're covering the live-action Black Butler movie.
Finally.
Yes, there actually is one.
Yes, so this film is set in modern-day London as one hell of a butler, Sebastian, and his new master uncover the mystery behind a possible cult taking out particular businessmen and businesswomen.
Yes.
Well, it's still dark.
Yeah, they didn't change that, did they? Before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and click notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and multiple pause videos.
And we had seen posters online of the actor portraying Sebastian with the red eyes. That's what all you saw. And then you saw some clips that are being leaked online of his new master, who's now a girl pretending to be a boy.
Right. And what's a little confusing about it is if you don't read the description or you don't see the trailer, you're going to be really put off, because looking at the poster and the DVD cover, it seems like this is supposed to be Sebastian and CL just taking maybe one arc from the original series. But no, this series acts as a faraway sequel to the series, and it goes all the way to the present day, where this is a descendant of CL instead. And apparently, I guess he's still serving this family years later.
And I guess they dress the same way hundreds of years later, because she's dressed just like CL.
Yeah.
Which really is confusing.
Yeah.
Same haircut, same clothes.
Yeah. And yeah, it's really weird. So it's almost like on one hand they want to do the original, but maybe they weren't comfortable with having a kid do all the things that happened in the show in live action, and it'd be too disturbing. So they said, okay, we'll make it a girl and nearly an adult.
So they made a woman.
Yeah,
she's
made
not
a
girl.
woman.
She's a grown woman.
Yeah, okay, and made her a woman and pretend to be a boy, and then it won't look so bad. It's like, then why bother doing the movie at all? And why put it in live action? You could just made a whole another animated movie. You've already done two.
Right. So, the good things about this movie. One, it's done in production with Warner Brothers, so maybe that was the reason for the changes. As you said, they may have felt uncomfortable with the source material. Two, the filming was very good. Three, the acting was very good. The actors were all fantastic.
No one seemed like they were overdoing it. They seemed accurate. The ones that they sort of kept from the original series, they kept accurate.
Right. And the actor portraying Sebastian really does look a lot like him once you see the movie. The poster, not so much.
Yeah,
but in the movie, you could get that he really was channeling Sebastian, so it worked. Now for the not so good mix. News. Not so good news.
Yeah. well, one thing, the setting I think doesn't work as well for the story is that it's in modern day. What worked for it being in Victorian London was that, there was so much mystery behind everything. Nothing was easy access. It was more of a time constraint. There was no evidence of Sebastian and these demons or angels and stuff, because there was really no proof. You had to take people's word for it. And everything they could do in the shadows, and it was believable because there was no easy way to do it. But for here, it's in modern day, and it's not like, oh, it's a little bit further. It's clearly in the year it came out, 2017?
Yes.
2017. They got cameras everywhere. They already know all about this woman and the backstory. The only thing they don't know is about Sebastian. So it kind of takes away the thrill, the surprise, and the mystery, because these people can just look her up and already know the backstory. So there's no mystery in really much of the characters anymore.
True. Two, the wonderful loving aunt, who actually in the anime died trying to protect him, now has become a crazy, money-grubbing, backstabbing, two-faced B-word.
Yeah!
I did not expect that.
Yeah, I was like, why? That was the great thing about the anime, is that they didn't go that route. Right. Here, they went that route, and it had a long explanation on why she did it. It was just like, then she had an affair or something with her dad, and it was like, this is a really weird, complex story to have for something that's supposed to be simpler.
According to her, she was supposed to be the one that married whatever the girl's name, fake CL's father. Yeah. But instead, her sister ended up marrying her father, and her mom and dad are dead now, but she wanted to take over the business because she felt that she should have married him. It should have been hers. Yeah. Now, the good thing on top of the bad thing is the actress who portrayed the aunt was excellent as pretending to be his sweet and loving aunt, as excellent as she was being evil.
Exactly, yeah.
She was fantastic.
At least she was very convincing. It was a weird move, but at the very least, she was very convincing. And as you said, with the woman, they kind of gave her all of CL's backstory. I don't know if this is like a family curse now or what. And she took on the Phantom Hive name. Their names are no longer Phantom Hive.
Phantom Hive.
Nah, it's something
Funtum.
Funtum, yeah.
Funton.
Yeah, they changed.
Phantom was too harsh.
Right, so they changed their names down the line centuries later. So now, yeah, and she basically has the exact same backstory.
Before someone says it was supposed to be a pun because they make toys, we get it, but Phantom Hive just feels better.
Right. And for here, she has CL's backstory, his attire, the butler, the same demeanor, the same people. It was just CL gender bent. That's really all they did with the character. She did act like him, so if they had gotten a male to play the role, it would have been CL brought to life. But they just up and changed the entire character, so that kind of felt weird. Just like with
from these servants at the house, there were only 2 that
Yes.
appeared, and there was no Growl. How dare they not have Growl?
Right? Yeah, actually, Growl and none of the Reapers show up. None of the Angels. Not actually. All of the fantasy part of the series is taken out entirely. It's just a play straight as a mystery crime thriller like you would see on TV. They don't have really any fantasy elements at all. It's just a regular crime drama, but the only fantasy element is Sebastian, and they kind of toned down his fantasy because he does the martial arts, but he doesn't fly around.
Yes,
and
I was
powers.
missing that. I was expecting them to do that, and I think once he flew for a short time across the
and I guess
air,
they
and
want
that was it. It's like, what?
I guess they didn't want to use a lot of money in the special effects, which was weird because it was a Netflix movie, so you thought the budget would go up, but
it was Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so for whatever reason they took out fantasy, toned it down, and just made it like a TV drama you would see. Like, is this like an unofficial spin-off? So it was a very odd atmosphere they built up with that. And as you said, they took out 2 other characters that were on the staff. They, for some reason, kept...
and the dog.
Yeah, and the dog. They took out the chef and the gardener, but they kept the maid, and they kept the little butler that was stuck small, but he was normal size, still doing the pun, but it looked wrong. He just looked creepy because he was normal size the whole time. So they gave him even the same exact characters, but I guess they had descendants too?
I guess.
I don't know. And then the mystery itself, weren't you going to bring up the mystery of the movie about these drugs they were making or something?
I was going to just kind of leave that, but yeah, you could. Yeah, it just didn't make sense. It was a drug cartel, and they were doing like an Alex Rider, dispensing these drugs in an arid form and killing people. Yeah. And their flesh would come off, and it just didn't make any sense.
Right. It's like, why go through the trouble of all this? It was very drawn out. The only thing you could say was different from the other movies you've seen for live action was that you actually saw some people that weren't all Japanese in the movie. They actually filmed in London, so you saw many different people and actually London residents in the movie as background characters or other business people.
And they did stay to a good amount of the source material. And again, the actors and actresses were exceptional. They were outstanding.
Right.
Very good casting. So, we got to see this movie. We've been wanting to see it for a long time. We weren't so pleased. If you are a fan of the Black Butler franchise and you want to see the movie, right now it's still available for free on YouTube. So it wouldn't hurt you to go ahead and take a look at it since it's free. If you were thinking about buying it, don't. We would recommend you do not buy it. As much as I don't like to say that because we love the franchise, I would say invest in the anime and buy seasons and OVAs and things of that nature, and pass on the live action movie.
Yeah, I think that's your safest bet.
Now, if you've seen this Black Butler live action movie, let us know what you think in the comments below. If you agree, hooray. If you don't, let us know why you don't. If you you got some enlightenment to give us on why the changes were made and so forth, let us know that in the comments below as well.
Right. And be sure to like, subscribe, and notification will get updates on future podcasts and all the Paws videos.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for watching. I'm Mask Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.